Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Just taking a stroll down the block. Usually work out that way at Peak 360, but as of late, every Tuesday, we've been coming down to a gym called Somi Fitness and doing a full bodybuilding session. So just kind of getting our pump on, doing full body, usually starting with legs, working our way up to arms and chest, a little bit of core, and then finishing with the stair climber. It's been good. It's cool to mix it up. I've been enjoying something different. I used to do a lot of this, but don't do it as much anymore. Alright, who's Joanne?
Why'd you throw that on the floor?
First piece of the bodybuilding has been some tempo calf work. I'm assuming the reason that Max wrote that, it's like general health of calves and lower body, a little bit more specifically with increased run volume prior to Wodapalooza. I had a little calf like tension and discomfort behind my right knee, like where the calf and hamstring connected. So I'm thinking that a lot of this stuff is kind of rehab and preventative for anything else that is going on there. The tempo on this is meant to be 3-0-3-0, which if this is your first time hearing about tempo or if you've ever seen it written before, it can be a little funny. It's usually written as the at symbol. The first number is the eccentric, which is how many seconds you should take to lower down. So that's here, 1, 2, 3. The next number is the pause at the bottom. There's none. So 0, and then it's 3 back up. 1, 2, 3. 0 again, so no pause at the top. 3, 0, 3, 0. I think it's 15 reps at that tempo, which, let me tell you, burns pretty good. But we've been doing it for a few weeks, and they feel nice and strong. On to the next one. So tempo 5 down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 at the bottom, up for 10 reps. Next up, I have hip abductions, and my little trick for remembering the difference between abduction and adduction is that if something's moving away from the body, it's like it's being abducted by aliens, so that's abduction. And then if you're adding something into your body, that's adduction. Willie, we were watching the J-Lo Netflix documentary recently. Oh, yeah, and a scene came on, and I was like, hey, I was using that cable machine last week. That's pretty cool.
Once you got ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Booty burn. I feel like Cyndi Lauper. I don't even know if that's a correct reference, but I picture somebody in like a singlet with calf warmers. What's up, Oreo? That just about does it for the first circuit. And now we've got quads and hamstrings. Little weightlifting belt. Get strapped up. Hamstring curls, 12 to 15 reps. Seated leg extensions, 26 to 30 reps, my God. And then single leg dumbbell hip thrusts, 15 to 18 reps. 3 sets.
Building that big old booty.
Starting to get familiar now with like the loads and what's appropriate. The first couple weeks were all experimentation. Wow, the burn on that is so interesting. There's like a acidic muscle burn that happens during these that I don't feel doing like thrusters, pistols, back squats. Whew. And I'm hoping that this helps with all of that stuff.
Yeah, we hope so.
Oh. keep losing track of my rep counts while I'm in the middle of it. That was meant to be 25 to 30. I'm gonna say I did 25. Dumbbell hip thrust, 15 of them. Whew.
Much higher than there.
And then I move this. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you're okay.
Oh!
That looks sick.
Where am I supposed to hold on? Here? Whew. That's a solid booty burn.
That burns the booty pretty good.
Yeah. It's nice. Honestly, over the last decade, I really haven't done much bodybuilding style stuff. Every now and then I'll throw in a pump session here or there over at Peak, which means we just do like some dumbbell bench press, some dumbbell curls. But I always felt like, because that training was not specifically related in my mind to the goal of winning the CrossFit Games, it didn't make sense to do. So really didn't do a whole lot of that. As of late, being a little older, having tons of volume of CrossFit stuff already under my belt, and needing to keep my body healthy, I think some of this stuff is important for me to add back in. Honestly, I used to be kind of ashamed to admit it. For what reason, I'm not really sure. But I do care about the way that I look. I want to look good. I want to look muscular. I spend 6 hours a day, 5 days a week training. I think it would be nice if my physique reflected that. So being able to do some things that are not just for aesthetics, but definitely lend to that feels good and rewarding when you can see the results. Oh. Ow. Dude, nice steps. We got 3 sets. Lat pull down with a 2-second pause at the chest for 15 reps. 24 alternating bicep curls. And then 10 tempo seated low cable rows. Look how serious this face is right now. 24 alternating curls. Last week I did 40s, but only for 20 reps. So, I'm curious what your take may be, internet world. Some of this stuff is not going to have direct carryover into CrossFit and what we do. One could argue, obviously, that the lat pull downs probably helping with like pull up, muscle up strength. Bicep curls may be the same, maybe to help with your like cleans. Something like that, like a low cable row. Where would you see the carryover benefit to what we do? Maybe it's like strengthening the lower back and traps so that when you are doing a clean, you're able to keep the bar close to your body, not lose that back positioning. I don't know. What do you think?
Hector's like looking out into the clouds, like no idea what's going on.
Have you come up with a favorite body part or movement yet?
I definitely prefer the upper body pump just because I feel like it's a little more visually pleasing. But as we've been incorporating a lot of the lower body stuff, like the calf, not so much the calf stuff, but like the leg extensions, hamstring curls, glute bridges, I feel strong in my lower body, and I could see how there's a lot of carryover there into CrossFit. But who doesn't love a good upper body pump? I think there's a little bit of a learning curve as to how to do some of these movements. I think honestly it would probably be good for me to get a session with a coach, like somebody that does all of this full time, so I could know when to activate what. And like here, I don't know if I'm supposed to have my arms straight the whole time and like come to straight at the end, or if it's supposed to be kind of bent, like I'm hugging somebody and finish with like that round bend. I'm not really sure, so I'm probably doing something in between. I can feel that it's working my pecs for sure, but it'd be nice to have some guidance on how to do it exactly the right way. That actually is a silly, like subtle nuance, but we're very much not used to having mirrors when we work out, and so that's a new introduction to being able to see yourself do something, to be able to see what muscles you're activating. I think you could argue that it could be like a coaching cue benefit, but I think it also is just like a dopamine hit to be like, whoa, my biceps look jacked right now. Yeah. Owie.
Do you have any interest in doing bodybuilding anything after CrossFit?
I am intrigued by potentially doing some bodybuilding. I will say I'm also torn because it seems as though people really only pay attention to the unmoderated divisions, the untested divisions, where a lot of the guys are admittedly taking performance-enhancing drugs. And I've always been against that for our sport. It would be a big hurdle to overcome to potentially consider doing something like that in order to make it to the big stage. Right now, obviously, I would be leaning much further toward not being able to bring myself to do that. And of course, you could compete in the natural divisions, but again, it just like those guys don't get as much spotlight as the guys like Sebum and whoever else is out there competing. So that would be like a moral battle for me. But if that wasn't a consideration, then sure, I think I'm interested in that. I feel like that's what I started doing when I got into fitness, was bodybuilding, just to like look muscular. So if I could do that full time, I think it'd be fun to do for a couple of years. I'm making up my own little finisher, some incline dumbbell bench, some shrugs, and some tricep extensions. Oh, baby. Getting the up close of the face. It's like impossible not to make a funny face when you're doing shrugs. Am I the ultimate gym bro now? Whew. Handstand push-up machine. Feel sufficiently pumped. Did all the things I was supposed to do on the program, besides 35 minutes on the stair climber, and then a little bit of CrossFit. So let's wrap it up. This stair climber has gone up in time every week, and it's meant to be like a zone 2 piece. So my heart rate is supposed to stay somewhere between 135 to 155 beats per minute. And I just cruise, climb stairs. I was gonna say this is harder than you would think, but stairs are always hard. Like even when I'm in games level shape, I'll walk up a flight of stairs in a building somewhere and I'm like, so I'm not surprised at all. This is pretty tough. Look at the color of the sweat shorts now, light gray. They're gonna be dark gray by the end, for sure. I'm almost to the top of the Burj Khalifa. 95 floors. Final 10. Whew. We just wrapped up the final piece of the day, which was a little bit of skill work under fatigue. I had 4 sets of 25 cals on the Echo bike and 3 touch and go pegboard ascents. I mixed in some legless pegboards before and after just to get practice with those, because if you watched the games, I had a little bit of trouble there. So making sure that doesn't happen again. All in all, pretty solid day. Got a little bit of CrossFit in there, mostly bodybuilding focused day with some zone 2 stuff. Feel good, ready to get after it tomorrow with a bit more traditional CrossFit. Thank you for watching. If you guys have been following along, cliche, gotta ask though, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100,000 followers, which is pretty cool, some sort of milestone. So get your friends to go subscribe too. Maybe we'll do some sort of fun giveaway. Appreciate you. See you next time.